Whatever. Welcome to episode number 28 of the Keep Up Podcast.
Oh, like an arm
Podcast.
cast? I swear to God, Brett.
Dude, I had it on. Okay.
And now he's reading the text.
I'm sorry, it caught my
it's
eye.
not like
this
we're
is the
live
worst.
on TV, Brett.
Should we start over?
No,
I must have.
we're in the
swear
zone.
I had it silent.
You know what would be a good ringtone?
What?
A Keep Up remix.
Oh.
Oh!
Did you? So you made another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody gets
What happened? Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, the Keep Up remix. People, if you didn't see, maybe I'll put it out by this point. The first Keep Up remix was after the credits of one of our earlier podcasts.
Yes. All strictly on the video.
Yeah, strictly on the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, you audio listeners. That's another
Hey,
reason.
keep hanging with me, homies.
So, but if you were to subscribe to our Patreon, you would get a listen to these these Keep Up remixes.
That's right.
They're pretty funny. You heard the new one. You liked it?
Yeah, it killed me. I listened to it so many times.
Oh crap!
It's so funny. So, yeah, if you guys didn't see the first one, basically what Tim's been doing is, I mean. It's just ridiculous. He basically takes like clips from the podcast and puts music to it and then remixes it. And like, well, I guess it's, yeah, we'll use the word remix, but it's the first mix of its original song by Tim.
They're just fun to do. I just grab the most obnoxious things we say.
And there's a lot of material.
There is. We talk so much. It's awesome. So yeah, the first one I'll probably send that out so you guys can watch it. But the second one's done and completed. And if Patreon, if you subscribe, you get to hear it.
Yeah. So what's the plan? You're gonna make one of these like how often?
I hope to make one just every podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe have a backlog of them. Just have them sitting there as a nice surprise.
So will they all be released at some point? Like, what's the Patreon advantage?
The Patreon advantage is to get it early. Once I think maybe we'll do like 15 or something, and by that point I'll probably start releasing them regularly, or we'll do something else with it. Maybe have a nice Christmas album.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be amazing. It'd be so funny.
But yeah, it's just a cool, nice little thing you get if you subscribe. So
yeah. So if you want to become a patron,
yes,
of the Keep Up, that would be excellent.
Excellent.
And not without reward.
Yeah, I may identify your name
What?
poorly.
Oh yeah, our first. Go back to our last podcast.
No,
and listen to our first patron shout out.
Over it.
No, it's so great. You can't. It's already out.
Oh, true. Shut up. I'm gonna No, you can dub something that's already out.
No, I'm in control of the podcast, the audio.
I will kill you.
Dude, it's brutal. Last episode, you said, you're sorry my family's alive, and now you're going to kill me.
That's a reflection. I'm not sorry.
I think the real reflection here is we need to do away with End Babel. It's getting dangerous.
No, it's its own entity now. If I don't do it, the goats at midnight are going to start biting us.
How you goat?
How your goat?
How you goat?
Oh, crap. Where are we going?
I don't know. TV?
North? Sure.
I don't know.
That was quick. Yeah, TV.
Oh, we had a quick reflection. I mean, we can stay in reflections for a minute. What else do you want to reflect upon?
Who was that girl I see? Standing there, smiling back at me.
Christina Aguilera.
No.
Mulan. In the video, is she looking at Mulan in the mirror?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Is this the third time we've talked about this song on the podcast?
Well, it's reflections. It's obvious that
it comes up.
They coincide.
That's
Dude,
right.
We got to have a Disney special.
All Disney all the time?
Where we only play Disney games.
What, like on the podcast or video?
Yes.
What are we talking about here?
No, the podcast.
What are all our... We could...
Aladdin, Lion King, Mulan.
I'm not asking for
Hercules,
a list.
Bugs Life.
Okay, so we have to watch Disney cartoons for our TV section. And then we have to watch, there's plenty of Disney movies.
Yeah.
Then we have to play Disney games. And then we have to listen to Disney music.
That's easy.
Could read some Disney comics.
Eat some Disney food.
What kind?
We have to go to Disneyland.
That's where I get stumped. Can make Mickey Mouse pancakes. Or grilled cheese in the shape of Mickey Mouse. Or Mickey Mouse shaped other things. Are there other Disney characters?
Goofy, I guess.
Can we go to TV now?
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of Disney, I started watching Agent Carter. It makes sense.
I couldn't even get my drink down. I was like, it does make sense. So what do you think? How many episodes are
All right, so I'm 2 episodes into, now this is season 2. I watched season 1. It's amazing. Dude, it's so good already.
Really?
I'm 2 episodes in. I love it. Yeah, I love Agent Carter, and I've decided I want an Agent Carter tattoo.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it.
Like
on
full body?
Nah, maybe. I feel like, okay, I think there's like a silhouette of her that I've seen in ads and stuff, versus like Agent Carter and she's standing above it, but she's wearing like a hat and like an overcoat. I could be wrong, but if that exists the way I'm picturing it, there might be some confusion as to whether or not I have an Agent Carter tattoo or a Carmen Sandiego tattoo. So that's what I'm not sure about. But no, well, I have a plan to get, I want to do like some sort of dedication to like the fictional characters and stories that I love, aside from my already covered Fables like my left leg is covered in Fables tattoos. But but I was like, man, Agent Carter, I feel like that would be cool. I'd like some sort of animated depiction of her, just because I love what they do with. As a side note, I'm also fresh off of Iron Man 3, which we talked about in the last episode. And on that Blu-ray is the Agent Carter one-shot. I don't know if you remember that.
Kind of.
But basically all the guys in the office are going out for a drink, and they leave her back to do paperwork, and she takes a phone call in the office and goes and solves an entire case. And it's awesome. Like, the action in it's wicked cool.
Yeah.
And so I was watching that. I was like, man, Agent Carter's like the jam. She's just so awesome. And so now I've started watching season 2, and I just love everything about it. I don't know, like I love that era. I love the way they handle the time period, and I love Jarvis, and I love we just met his wife.
Oh yes,
which she's wicked funny.
Yeah,
I love seeing that. And I love all the stuff they do with like the way women were treated and how she's seen as like lesser, but she just keeps on being badass.
Yeah,
and
you would think after the first season they would see her as like a higher up, like a very important person, but
they don't even. Yeah, it's just more and more. It just shows how like strong that perspective was.
Yep.
And so I'm really enjoying it so far. They're doing some cool stuff that relates to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like stuff that we've seen in, I don't want to give away too much, and I don't know too much yet, but we have seen some things that are relative to recent happenings in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I just love that, how the universe is all tied together, and they do that so strongly, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so many really strong characters.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be watching it again. It's only 10 episodes. So
it's
I'll
short,
be through
but
that
it's
pretty
good.
quick.
It's short and sweet.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's what I'm on currently. And after that, I still have not watched Daredevil season 2.
Oh my god,
I know.
That was so good.
I know, and I keep seeing all this stuff about Punisher and like all this stuff. I actually just saw an article that they might be bringing Daredevil to like the big screen. I think it's just speculation, but there's no season 3. Like, there's no word about season 3.
They have to do it.
Really? Well, they're talking about maybe they're working on bringing them to theaters.
That would be amazing too.
You think that would be weird? Like,
no. I mean, I like getting it on Netflix, and I like how they have the whole series, but I'm totally fine with them going to movies.
Now, here's how it would be interesting, though, at least for, on a couple points. One, I think it would be one of the smoother, Netflix is its own animal. We've talked about this before. It's strange. It's not like taking like Arrow and putting that in theaters, because it's just a different quality, maybe a different, I don't know, a different feel to it. Whereas Daredevil and the other Marvel Netflix series are already like cinema quality, like theater quality.
Yeah. Yep.
So I feel like that transition would be okay. It would just be a different experience. And on another aspect of the different experience would be the fact that instead of getting, technically, like 6 films worth of material, you only have, it'd probably be 2.5 hours. But, right? Is my math right? It's like 12 or 13 episodes, 45 minutes apiece.
I think they're a little longer.
Yeah,
they're like,
I think you're right. 48 or 49 maybe.
But yeah, you're right. There's no way they could tell the season 2 story in a movie.
Right. So unless they're gonna...
They could, but a lot of things would be going really fast. And it's a good format, but I wouldn't mind if they did just like If they did a movie, I think they could do it in a way where they would tell like a quicker story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. And especially because they already took 2 full seasons. I mean, we know the character, you know, but it's just a different format, I think, than we've seen. Like, I'm sure there have been, but what?
Serenity. Firefly and Serenity.
Okay.
I was just thinking the same thing. That's why. I think that's the only time that I can think of. Maybe, I don't know if X-Files counts. They had like the movie.
Yeah, it's the same deal. Same characters, same... Because like, I'm thinking...
Star Trek was the other one. Another one I was thinking
Oh, yeah, Star Trek. Yeah, so there have been a good amount of them.
But, yeah, it's... they've done it, so, it's possible. Serenity was the end of the series.
Right.
So that,
And that was a unique situation.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Same actors, same characters, because that's the thing that's distinct, is like I keep thinking about how weird DC is right now because they have the TV universe going, but they're also kicking off the film universe, but it's different characters, different storylines. So, and I'm waiting to see if we're going to get Netflix Marvel merging with MCU, like...
That would be awesome.
Yeah, like people have speculated about it, but I don't know when that's going to happen, especially because like the Netflix universe is R-rated strictly.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that, but you're right. Those are good examples where you've had the same actor go from a series to the film, and I like Serenity a lot.
Yeah.
And obviously Firefly is incredible, and Star Trek, I think that was mostly successful.
Yeah, it was because what the deal with that was I think the series ended, and then years and years later they had the movie come out, and they initially said it was all going to be different actors, and it was just going to be its own, like just a new, like they're doing with Star Trek right now.
Yeah.
But it ended up, it was a surprise twist, and all the original actors were back for it. And that was like a big, cool, exciting thing.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of movies. I think they have 6.
Maybe
4 or 6. I remember it's
no,
like
I
VI
think
or
it's
IV.
6, dude. There's 6 or 7.
Yeah, because there's the first one, The Wrath of Khan.
I wish you were just like, there's the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one.
Don't forget the 5th one. So yeah, it is. I think it's a possible thing. It's people will definitely see it. But you're right, it is an R-rated universe. That could be their way of doing R-rated Marvel. They could do, is it? Marvel Nights, where it's like the M-rated, the adult stuff.
That's how I've always seen the Netflix stuff. And it's, obviously we're getting Luke Cage, we're getting The Punisher, we're getting Defenders. I think we're getting Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's one of those that was in that article that was like, it's not real, but it could be.
And then I saw another one that was like, and the other one that there are talks of Ghost Rider and Blade, which this would be the universe we're going to see them if we're going to get to see Marvel do that, which would be incredible, dude, because, I mean, I love Blade, and I would love to see a Marvel Netflix caliber Blade. Same thing with Ghost Rider, be incredible.
Ghost Rider would be cool. It needs... His movies, they're all right, the Ghost Rider movies.
It's a hard character to do, honestly. Like, I mean, you can definitely do it, but how do you do Flaming Skull Motorcycle Rider? Like, it's just like so... I mean, crazier things have been done. I mean, we saw Thor, and, I don't know.
Even Doctor Strange, that's going to be a tough one.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait.
That's going to be cool.
I seriously
Still haven't seen the trailer yet.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
I want to. I will.
But... I can't wait. I cannot wait. But yeah, I'm just still excited about all that. One last quick thing in TV related to that is they were also talking about. I just read an article about Mephisto, potentially being the villain for Defenders, which they're talking about. They're like, that seems strange because he's so like. It's such a mystical thing, and everything in the Netflix universe so far has been so like grounded in reality.
Yeah,
but
except for Jessica Jones, she is more like experimented on, right? She had the like so she wasn't born that way. Yeah. Okay,
is it Mephisto or Mephisto? How would you say it?
Mephisto.
I think so.
Mephisto
sounds stupid.
Sounds delicious.
Mephisto. Yo, I'm a feast though.
Oh.
So, but that they were also saying in the same breath in that article, they were saying this might be like what kind of opens up the universe to things like Blade, to things like Ghost Rider. So I don't know. It's interesting stuff, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, they have the potential. I don't know where the Blade and Ghost Rider licenses are right now.
Yeah.
Are they back with Marvel?
That's a good question.
What?
Fox did Blade.
Fox did Blade?
I'm almost positive.
And who did Ghost Rider?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage Productions.
Produced, written, directed, and starred. Yeah. Also, you just mentioned
Star Trek.
Dude.
It's
such a bummer.
Did you hear, do you know?
I just know it was a car wreck.
Yeah, well, not even that. What's his name? Let's
Anton Yelkin?
Yelkin, yeah.
Or Yelchin. I believe it's Yelkin, but I'm not sure. Anton Yelkin, who he's been in a bunch of stuff, but most recently Chekhov in the current Star Trek series.
Which I loved him in that movie.
He's unbelievable, dude. He's so good. So
yeah, I just rewatched him recently, and I was like, man, I haven't seen him in a lot of things. I wonder if he's popular.
I had forgotten. Did you ever see Alpha Dog?
No.
Okay,
I think we talked about it before.
Yeah, we did. That's a really good one, and he's the kid in that. And I hadn't even maybe I looked it up during that podcast episode, but I had forgotten that he was in that. There were a couple other things, but he was only 27 years old.
Yeah, he was at that point where he's becoming a rising star. He's getting popular. Well, what happened was, I haven't looked at the story in a few days, but last I saw was that he put his car in neutral. He parked at his house and he put his car in neutral, and he went to go check his mail at his mailbox, and the car rolled down and crushed him in between his mailbox was connected to this big stone pillar, and he got crushed in between that and the car.
Are you kidding me?
It just rolled down, and it turns out it's a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and those were recalled because they have a gear issue. Because of that,
No way.
So it's just one of those horrible accidents where he didn't bring the car back to get it fixed and crushed him.
Dude, this is hurting my heart right now.
It sucks so because it's such a oh my god, that would never happen in a million years. But I
thought it was a wreck because I just read a headline that was Anton Yelkin was crushed by his car on this day. So I'm picturing crazy car wreck. He fell out and then the car landed on him or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Not he was checking his mail.
Yeah, it was I don't know if they said late at night or early in the morning, but he put his car in gear. He went to check his mail, or he was at his mailbox for some reason. Car rolled, crushed him, which, I mean, I can't imagine, do you see the car rolling and he just couldn't move? Was it too late? There's so many things going through my head. If I was in that situation, I just can't imagine what he was thinking.
Wow, me neither, man.
Oh,
that's awful.
It's terrible. It's just
this might be the saddest I've ever been on a podcast.
But I mean, he had at least a somewhat good career. He got to be in Star Trek, and it sucks though. It really does.
It does, man. And when does Beyond comes out soon? So we have to imagine we'll see him in Beyond.
He's in that. He's in a new.
They're gonna put a dedication at the end of it.
I don't want to see it.
I can't read it.
Have you seen that picture that showed all the characters from the original Star Trek? Someone did a drawing, and it was Spock, and he was all the people that died in the original cast and stuff. They were we weren't expecting you so soon, but we would love for you to join us. My heart.
I'm getting chills right now. Just
the picture was awesome because it was all, the dead cast members there, and they were welcoming him to the ship.
Dude.
And it was anyways, we have to get away from this sad moment.
All right, you want to move into games?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I can bring the mood up a little bit.
Yes, please.
So, it was probably a couple months ago now, maybe last month. Costume Quest 2 was one of the free games.
That was...
Was it 2 months ago?
No, it was last month, wasn't it? Or this month even? No, this month.
It definitely wasn't this month.
I think it was last month.
Yeah, I think it was last month. So it was one of the free games on Games with Gold, an Xbox One game. I never played Costume Quest. Costume Quest 2 I downloaded. It looked interesting. I'm always looking for more games to play, even though I can't keep up with anything. And I started playing it with Simi, my daughter, for anyone who doesn't know. And so she loved it. It was super fun. And, we would sit down and play, and she's still working on the whole reading thing. So I had to read everything because
that game has a lot of dialogue.
It's so much dialogue, and no one speaks.
Yep, no voice acting at all.
Yep. So I was reading everything, but it's an RPG.
Yeah, like a turn-based RPG.
Yeah, it's turn-based, and
it's pretty much has all the RPG elements.
Yeah. I love the concept of it. It's very funny. Like the humor in it is funny, and it's family friendly, which it's fun to hang out with the kids and play the game because it makes me laugh too.
Yeah.
And the concept being that the kids are, again, I didn't play the first one, so I don't have backstory, but I just love that like you find costume materials and you put together different costumes, and then when you enter battles, you become like the real version of that. So if you're wearing a superhero costume, you turn into a superhero. If you have a pterodactyl costume, you turn into a pterodactyl. Clown costume, you turn into a clown. Yep. If you're wearing candy corn, you turn into a giant candy corn. Now, some of this game's humor, again, is just like, it's just so on point, and sometimes it's subtle, and it's so great in the battles when you're candy corn, which I assume that's in the first one too.
No.
The candy corn's just in the second game.
Yeah, I mean, he might show up, but you definitely don't start with candy corn.
Oh, okay. Because at some point when you get the costume, he says like, "Oh no, not this stupid candy corn costume again."
Yeah, I don't remember it showing up.
But have you played them both?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so so in the battles, it'll go to again, it's turn based, so it'll just go to each one. When it goes to candy corn, whoever's wearing the costume is just a giant candy corn, no arms, no legs or anything, just a giant piece of candy, and it doesn't say anything, and you can't do anything. So when it goes to the candy corn, it just says something above him or her, and then moves on to the next character.
Yeah.
So I wrote down some of my favorite quotes from the game because it was killing me, dude. So I'll be like the superhero. I'm playing as Reynold because you can pick from Reynold or Ren, the twins, and so I'll be Reynold in like the superhero costume. You pick a move, you do it, and then it goes to candy corn. And these are some of my favorite. Candy corn is an isosceles. Candy corn can't control what the media says about him. Candy corn doesn't want any.
Doesn't want any what?
I don't know. Candy corn is a pacifist. Candy corn is fat-free. And this was maybe my favorite one. You're in the midst of battle, and it just goes to candy corn, and it says, "Candy corn wishes he was a real corn."
Oh, it's so funny in the situation because it's just like you get in this huge battle and then it jumps to candy corn. It's just another funny one-liner. And you're like, yes.
Dude, it's so good.
You don't have to be candy corn, though, do you?
No.
Right.
You can choose. Where I'm at now, I have 3 characters. I don't know if you get more, but you play as 3 characters at a time, and you can switch between costumes, which I currently have 4. I have the clown, pterodactyl, superhero, and candy corn.
Okay.
So you can switch anyone's costume, which is cool because it changes the aspects of battle. Like the clown has a healing move, and then the pterodactyl and the superhero have a special. The candy corn just has jokes.
Just jokes.
But you had mentioned there might be an achievement for staying candy corn.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to keep them in. Because the other thing is, that's just like 5 or 6, but there are so many, like I haven't seen many repeats of what candy corn says.
They put so many lines in there.
Dude, it's so great. Like there's one, there are a couple other that I remember that said like, candy corn is having a bad hair day. Candy corn tastes subjectively better than circus peanuts. They're like
the same. That's good.
It's so great. It's so great. So, but yeah, the game itself is really fun, and you get little missions as you go. I'm intrigued just to see what the other costumes are, and it's become my like late at night game.
Yes.
Like if there are people sleeping, I can play quietly, and it's all just.
You're gonna go ahead though
battles.
without.
I started my own game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had the kids. The kids have gotten pretty far, and Jazz has started playing too because it's simple enough that like when when you are doing like the turn-based battles, it's just like, Jazz, press Y.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what's Y? And then I point it, and then he does it, and he feels amazing because he just blasted some enemies. But do you know how long they are, roughly?
What, both games or just?
Yeah, each one. Do you remember Costume Quest 2?
Costume Quest 2, yeah. It's pretty good. I think it's like 8 hours or so, you know, like a general.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
length.
Like a quick play because I'm kind of blasting through stuff right now. And
yeah, there's a lot of like side missions, or not a lot, but there's some side missions you can do that'll give you extra whatever candy, XP, what have you. But yeah, if you just go straight through the story, I would say maybe 8 hours.
Yeah, it's a fun game, and what I like about it, like I said, if you have kids, or I mean,
I think that's one of my favorite things about that game. It's just like a trick or treating simulator.
Yeah.
You go to the houses and trick or treat.
Right.
And it's just a fun
and just
game.
I love the different things that they make jokes out of. Like they run into one kid who has headgear, and he steals your candy, and you go to his house, and his mom answers, and she's like, "Who's teaching my son of the evils of Halloween?" And she like gets all pissed off because there's candy, and then they leave, and they're like, "I think that kid's our dentist from the future," because they're like back in time.
Yeah.
And some of the enemies, like I just started fighting, what's his name, Chronoculus, I think. He's like this giant time lord.
Yeah.
And he changes, everything changes form when you go into the battles, and he looks wicked cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the design, and it's simple, and it's just a really fun game. I don't know. I like it.
It's Double Fine. They did Psychonauts and Brutal Legend.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's their style, and they're known for their comedy mixed with good storytelling.
You're so knowledgeable about developers, Tim.
I only know Double Fine because I like all their games.
Yeah.
Except for Brutal Legend.
You didn't like that?
It was cool, but I didn't like the gameplay. It was more strategic, like position guys and stuff. It was all right.
Interesting.
But the universe was really cool, and it was funny.
I've heard nothing but good things about Psychonauts.
Yeah, oh my God, Psychonauts.
Also, just real quick, I went back and saw it took me 9 hours to beat Ori.
9 hours.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it definitely won't let me back into my game. But 9
I should have
hours.
checked. I forgot.
Whatever, you're the worst.
9 hours. I mean, that's good. How much? You got it for free, actually. Because it came with your Xbox?
Yeah, well, I had to
Yes.
buy an Xbox, but but yeah, it came with. I got the bundle.
Yeah, I think it was $15. I think it's totally worth whatever price it is now. But
Yep. Yeah, it's. I don't know what it is, but it's. I'm sure you should pay for it and play it.
monies.
It's great. Yeah. What else you got?
My turn.
I mean, yeah.
I don't remember. Did we talk movies already? I don't want to skip to movies, but did we talk movies, or was that TV when we talked about Daredevil? Or because
We
you talked
just
about
did it.
I know. I don't.
Well, I didn't go to movies because I thought you wanted to go
Okay.
to games.
Yes, I do want to go.
You
to
have
games.
movies?
I do, but it's okay. It's,
Dude, you're messing with my order here, bro.
I love it. That's all right. I was just thinking about it a second ago. I was like, did we talk
We
movies?
skipped it.
Okay.
That's typically if I say, do you want to go to games and you have movies, you say, but I have movies. We're well into games at this
There's
point.
no order. Don't you understand? Anyways,
Oh
I'll
my
talk games.
gosh.
That's fine.
All right. No, let's go to movies.
No.
I know, I'm just
I do
kidding.
have movies.
But seriously, I'm mad at you.
That's fine.
You said you had games.
I do have games.
Don't tell me about movies.
I will punch
I have
you.
one more game. I'm going first.
Okay, jerk lips.
I just pictured like beef jerky for someone's lips.
Ugh. I had to rub my lips.
It'd be like they just look really chapped, I guess.
Would they be really salty?
Yes. Oh.
Ugh. Anyways, what's your other stupid game?
I started Gears of War. Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just going through stuff that I have downloaded onto my Xbox One, and
It's good. No backlog. That's the worst.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to. But what's killing me right now is the friggin' Rare Replay.
Oh my God, that's 30 games.
It's so many games, and like I know not all of them I'm going to go through, but but anyways, Gears of War Ultimate's on there. I haven't played Gears of War in a long time. I've beaten it like 2 or 3 times, but it's it looks amazing on Xbox One, and I know there's a couple extra things that were only on PC.
Yeah, a few extra levels, and they're lengthy. They're almost like acts. They like integrate them into the acts.
Okay.
But they make certain acts much longer because they're like 5 or 6 missions in a row that are new. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it felt worth it to me to start it up. I tried it on hardcore just because I've beaten it a couple times before.
Yeah.
Dude, I could not get past
That is so hard.
right after training. I was like,
You're like,
all
"I'm
right.
done."
Yeah, and since I've played it before, like it would be fun to do like hardcore insane with you or like co-op. But But solo, I'm just trying to get through it because I have it. And
that's the thing. When you're solo, you can't be revived. Your teammates won't come and
right,
get you.
That's the worst thing.
You just die. And if you're playing...
Kind of doesn't make sense. Like...
Yeah, no, they should come and revive you. If you can revive them.
Right. That's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. I just love Gears, dude. Yeah. It's so good. And
Gears is amazing.
I love chainsawing fools. And I've been playing a lot of Doom, as you know. Oh. And the chainsaw in that is equally as satisfying.
That's so violent, so lovely.
It really is, dude. It really is. So yeah, I started up Gears, so I'm blasting through that and Costume Quest currently, and my next step is to also beat Metal Gear Solid. I know we've been talking about it, but I need to do that.
Forever. Once you beat that, I'm going to give you a new game to play.
Yeah, because I need one.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I just want to expand your horizons.
I know. Well, I have dude, E3's got me all amped up, and I have been spending way too many of my sleepy hours in front of a TV. But it's great. I'm feeling like I can maybe play some games that other people played 5 years ago. Soon.
That's good. You're catching up. I like it.
I'm trying.
It makes me so excited.
I'm trying. So what are you playing right now? What's going on?
Well,
let's go to movies.
Okay. I did something that I should have talked about in the last podcast, but I didn't. But I did a life goal for me.
Really?
Something that I've always wanted to do, and I never thought would be possible just because I thought getting number one in this thing I'm about to talk about, it would be impossible.
That's amazing, dude. I'm really happy for you. Let's move into...
I'm so upset. The thing I did was I hit a number one high score on a random arcade cabinet. For Galaga.
No, number one.
Number one. Slot number one.
That's amazing.
It's like, I never thought it'd be possible.
Okay, so you were at Foxwoods in Connecticut. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, you can challenge my score if you want.
Here's what's amazing about you getting a high score. Your name is only 3 letters long.
It's perfect. I was born for this. I almost did Mitt. I almost put Mitt just because...
You can't.
I know. I have to do Tim.
Why would you put Mitt?
Just because I know that's me.
But you know as soon as you typed it in, you'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd click and be like...
Because who's the guy that you beat? What's the name under yours?
It's like Cab or something.
Cab. K-A-B?
Yeah.
I think I saw a picture that you posted. That dude's name isn't Cab.
Not at all.
But your name is Tim.
It is. It is me at the top.
That's amazing. So, all right, I've never done that. I'm sure the majority of people have not done that. What are the details here? How long did you play? How much was it?
So I went to the arcade in Foxwoods.
How is the arcade there, by the way?
It's cool. I like to hang out there every time because I like games.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's 2 floors.
That's what an arcade's for.
Yeah.
It's 2 floors?
Yeah, the bottom floor is all like, the ticket winning games, like those fun and like kid games and stuff.
Yeah.
But upstairs is, Time Crisis, Alien, like the more adult like shooters and all that stuff.
Time Crisis, dude.
I play that too.
I want a machine. Like, it's fun playing on console, but the thing where you step on it.
Yeah,
and
it's the best.
Which one do they have?
Time Crisis 4. That's the one where you get the extra guns at the bottom, machine gun, rocket launcher, all that stuff. So I went upstairs, and there are 2 two Namco machines. One is Galaga and Miss Pac-Man, and then the one I went on was Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga. Like it's just a 25th anniversary one.
Sick.
So you get to pick the game. So I went up there just looking around, and also the money works there. You have to put you get this card, like almost a prepaid card.
Okay.
So you put your money in, and then you get a card. So instead of using quarters, you have to scan this card, and it reads the card, and it's like
on all the machines.
Every machine. It's kind of cool how they do it.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I mean,
probably to keep all the money in one place.
Yeah, it's like you're digitally getting rid of the money as opposed to having all the coins and going through all that stuff.
Okay.
So it was a pretty cool setup. So I go upstairs and Galaga's there, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to play this, not thinking of the high score.
Yeah.
I always check every time I go because I'm like, I've always wanted to do it, but I don't know how long it would take to get a high score.
Right, yeah.
So I got to Galaga. I'm like, I'm just going to play it. So I started playing, and I saw the score at the top. It was 518,000 and something. And something being the extra points.
Actually, yeah.
That I don't know. So I saw it, and I was like, is that a lot? So I started playing, and what's cool about Galaga is the fire button it shoots as fast as you press it.
That is
so
cool.
So if you just constantly mash it, you're like a machine gun.
It's not like you can only have the 3 bullets on
like,
screen.
Pew, pew,
yeah.
pew, pew, pew. So that's cool because I'm a good button masher.
Yeah.
So I started playing and I noticed that like I was getting little score. Like by the end of the first level, I was I had about 5,000 points or something.
Okay.
Which is, it's all right. And I was like, maybe I could do this. So I just started playing, and lo and behold, freaking 70 stages later, I'm like at 400 or 508,000.
No
and I'm like,
way.
holy crap, I'm going through. So this is the first day because it took me 2 days. And my issue with the first day is I didn't know that you can stack credits. Like stack the amount of times you can, bring yourself back to life.
Okay.
So every time I died, I had to scan the card and hope it registered quick enough for the timer to, not give me a game over.
Oh, okay.
So every time I died, I was like grabbing the card, sliding it, and like just hoping that I would get right back into it.
Because what do you have, 9 seconds?
Yeah, it's 9 seconds counting down. So, I was doing it, and this took me, probably 45 minutes to get to my point.
Wow.
To get to that of straight just jamming the button, challenging stages, everything. So I get to 508,000, and I scan the card, and it doesn't register quick enough, and I lose. And right under the guy.
And what was the
518,000?
Oh
I was
my
10,000, which is
gosh,
nothing at
dude.
that point. That was like 2 stages, which I am crushing through.
What was your feeling at that moment?
I was so defeated. I was so upset. I was like, because, and I realized like an hour later
Dude.
after that I could stack my credits.
So what do you mean by that?
That's when you can.
Oh, got you. So you just hit continue.
Right.
You
so,
already have the lives in
So
there.
I went in the next day and
Dude.
I stacked up 10 lives, 10,
Okay, yeah.
10 retries. So I was like, scan. So I did that and I was like, all right, I'm doing this. So I crushed stage 78 is when I stopped playing. 78 different Galaga stages.
Wow.
I've never gotten that high in that game ever.
Yeah.
Like in Galaga, is not like my top game. Dig Dug, I'm probably the best with. Dig Dug and Frogger, I'm really good.
Okay.
But
Really,
Galaga,
dude, I suck at Frogger.
Frogger, I'm good at. I like Frogger. But yeah, so I did it. I jammed through and I got 600 and I wrote it down. Yeah, so 600,690 is what I ended with. Top score, high score. And I was like, oh, that took me an hour to do, just sitting there constantly pressing.
How was your finger afterwards?
It's not bad.
Not bad?
It's not bad.
The button has that little dip in it.
Yeah, so it's nice,
nice
and
for
there's sometimes I just like shook my hand really fast.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and I was just like rubbing it.
You're just like dead fish on
And
the
that's
button.
what I'm doing. I'm like, here we go, back and forth.
Yeah,
I gotta say, it was an awesome experience. Though I actually had people come up and watch for a little bit while I was
That's
playing.
really cool.
It was cool, like because I was going hard. Like
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I thought the machine was gonna die, or the
Really?
button would break, or
was
just
the screen flashing or
no,
something?
no. I was like, it would just be my luck.
Getting nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it, and that's always been on my bucket list, a life goal. Like I've just always wanted
Just
to
have
do
the
it.
high score
Yep.
somewhere. So every time you go back, you're going to check it?
I'm gonna check every time. I have the first and third place. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Dude, Cab is surrounded by you.
I know. I hope he goes back and he's like, wait a minute.
Oh, so that third place is that one from the day before?
Yes.
Oh,
so there's
dude.
Tim in third, and then me on top. And
It's crazy.
it was just amazing. It was so great.
Oh.
You got something in your eye?
Yeah, I think an eyelash just...
Are you crying?
Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's getting me. Hang on.
All that to say, it's
think I got
totally possible to get the high score. You just have to be determined.
Yeah.
And I mean, Galaga is a little tricky because there's so many secret ways to get points, and like different enemies start popping up, and just things that you never see ever in a normal game.
Yeah.
Because you're getting so far there, they just become faster and more difficult. And
Now, did you die or did you just stop when you hit the score where you're like, I'm done?
no, I kept going. I had 3 credits left. I put in $5.
Oh, okay.
So it took me $5. It was 50 cents every retry. So
Which, that blows my mind that it was 50 cents
50
to play
cents
Galaga.
to play. It's always 25 cents everywhere, but that's just Foxwoods
That's
being like
crazy, man. 50 cents.
50 cents.
Galaga.
But there it is. Go beat my score. Who's ever listening to this?
Yeah, oh,
I
man.
would love to.
That's great,
But
dude.
I've done it. I was like, And, as a kid, you see these scores and you're like, there's just no way I'll ever hit that.
Right.
And, after playing that first time, I got a grasp of how the scoring works. Once you hit stage 30 and do the stage 30 challenging stage, you get 3,000 points per full group. You just start learning a lot of things. I felt like
right.
Like one of those real champion guys.
Yeah. So what you're saying is follow your dreams, kids. I see, that is such dedication. I was realizing while playing Gears of War why I suck at like getting collectibles and achievements and stuff like that. It's because I am so like in Galaga, you were just determined to hit that score.
Yep.
And that's because you're also a big achievement guy.
Oh, yeah.
So when I'm playing like Gears, I'm so into the story. I'm just like I get... Gears is a good example because say you finish like a section of the game and to progress the story, you just have to run through this door, right? But there's that downtime where like if I wanted to search the area, now's the time to do it.
Yep.
But then the guys start being like, come on, man. Like the voices, the program to be like, this way, follow us. Show us the way. Go this way. And I start to feel like pressured to like go that way. And I'm typically like, I'm not going to find all the collectibles anyways. This time, since I've played Gears so many times, I'm going through like now I have like 9 of the 11 cog tags from the first act. But I just realized like this is why I suck at achievements because I'm just like, first of all, I'm feeling pressure from the voice actors.
Which there's no pressure there whatsoever.
Or like when there's how in a game it'll be like, follow that guy quick, but then like it gives you control again.
Yep.
You can really take as long as you want because the story's it's not like that's a real guy running, you know what I mean? But in my brain, I'm like, let's go. Yep. Like I'm so story driven. Like in real life, I'm not going to walk around and look for collectibles, but it's a video game. That, and I'm just like, I just am so dedicated to the story moving along. Galaga, there's no real story to move along.
Dude, there's a story.
What if you like beat it and there was this amazing cinematic at the end, like starring William Shatner
on the ship?
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
He is the ship.
I don't know if that game has a kill screen. I'm curious if it does.
Google it.
No,
you have to find out.
I will.
So on that last level though, you died?
Yeah, I mean at that point I hit the score and it was stage like I said 78 and I had 2 lives left. And the thing about Galaga is when you want to get a second ship, you know how you get the double ship?
Yeah.
You have to give up one of your lives to do it. So I was like, do I risk one of my lives to do it? And I did.
Can you only get 2?
You can only get 2, yeah. And then you could sacrifice. I've actually never tried to like sacrifice a double ship.
What if you can... Oh, interesting.
I wonder.
Can you just load the screen?
I don't just have. I don't. I think just a giant beam.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah. So I did the sacrifice. So I had 1 life left. There was no lives at the bottom. It was just my last ship. So I started shooting, and I ended up blowing up the extra ship.
Yeah.
So it was just me by myself, and I ended up getting killed. It was like one of those flies.
What did you do? Those are the ones that circle you?
Yes,
yeah. Those are the worst. What did you do after you did it?
I was like just beside myself. I went upstairs and ate a lot of Cheetos.
I was just going to say, did you eat? Because I would like eat in celebration.
Yeah, we had a bag of cheese puffs in our room, and I was like, and these are mine.
I've earned this. Were there people there when you beat it?
No.
Oh, come on. They didn't see the big finale?
Because I don't think anybody knew exactly what I was going for. They just assumed I was playing it. You know,
man, this kid loves this game.
Yeah, there was like older guys who came by and they looked and they were like, man, this is such a classic game. And, I was like, dude, I just love it. It's fun. And then some kids came by and they were watching for a bit. But, like, I wasn't going for any crazy goal other than the high score, which I don't know if that's a big deal or not. But it's just an awesome thing.
I'm proud of you, Tim.
Thank you.
Well done.
I know. Now what do I do with my life? It's over.
Dude, go to an arcade and play Tekken.
Oh, Tekken.
I have a bad memory.
A bad Tekken memory?
I was in an arcade, I'm playing Tekken. I'm doing really well. Like better than I've done in a long time. Playing as Eddie Gordo. And
is he the one with the hair?
No. He's the I forget what his country of origin is. Maybe he's Brazilian, but he's the one who does all the kicks and the flips and the dancing and stuff like that. So
is he the Jamaican one?
Yeah, is he Jamaican?
I think so.
I always get him mixed up because then there's the guy, I think his name's D from Street Fighter, who's like a similar character model.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
He has like the long pants and anyway. So I'm killing it, right? And And then some kid walks up and puts his quarters in.
Oh.
Like, doesn't even ask me.
Oh.
And destroys me.
No.
And takes my game. And I'm just like, and to me, at this point, I'm not like competitive game player in arcades or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this was like a foreign concept to me. And
I've always wanted that to happen to me.
I'm just standing there like, what the hell just happened here? Like, I was flying through Tekken.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yes! And this kid just walks up, just like, clink, clink, wastes me. And I'm like, you owe me 50 cents. Like
You just ruined my game.
And I didn't know what to do. And he just kept playing. Like, he didn't even look at me. And I was like, I've just been defeated.
Yeah.
And I just like looked at him and walked away.
Oh my God.
I was so bummed.
That's See, I'm sorry, but I've wanted that to happen to me. Not to get
to
defeated.
you. But like, right. But like, would you, I don't know, because it's not like a common thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I would just walk up, not say anything, and just put my quarters in. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because that, to me, that would be like, yeah, I'd be upset. Because if I was playing, I mean, if it was like a co-op game, maybe, but.
Like, if someone, right, so you're playing a fighting game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The assumption is if you're standing there by yourself playing a fighting game, you're probably just trying to beat the game, yeah?
Yeah, you're just trying to play it.
Right. So if you were fighting someone
Mm-hmm.
and then like you won and like you got next, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if someone just walked up to you and plugged in their coins,
That sucks. He should have asked you. He should have been like, hey, or like, do you want to fight me or something? Or
yeah, yeah, just a quick thing, like, hey,
Yeah.
and I probably would have been like, yeah, I guess, because I
Yeah.
would have been nervous and insecure and scared. But like, or if I beat him, I'd be like, that's right, just walk up on my machine, bro. But he crushed me, and I was like,
What was he thinking? Like, did he come up and he's like, I'm just going to beat this guy and then take his game?
now, let me be potentially politically incorrect for a minute. He was Asian.
Okay.
I have a feeling where he comes from, he is an arcade master.
That is the most racist,
I'm just saying.
racist
I'm
thing.
just saying. Because is it not like a more competitive scene in Japan? Like, I imagine
is.
going to an arcade in Japan and just that's the norm. But
Yeah.
around here, I have never seen that happen. But maybe that's a more common thing. I didn't go to a lot of arcades. I know it happens, like the thing where you put your quarters up.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I'm
I got next,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's the only time it had ever happened to me. And I would always play the fighting games. That's like what I would do in
Yeah.
arcades. And I never had anyone just walk up and just not say anything and just like waste me. And this kid, stone-faced, didn't even look
How old
at
was
me.
he? Was he older than you?
If he was, not by much. I was pretty young.
Okay.
But he just wasted me.
Man, that's cool though. That's what I want in an arcade environment, to be like playing a game and then a guy comes up
Right.
and is like, let's do this.
Yeah, now like I wouldn't even care. I
Right.
just remember feeling particularly sad.
That is annoying when you're doing wiki good at
I
the
was
game.
killing it. That's why, because I always suck. Like in the arcade, like I just can't get super far. And I found a character I was good with.
Are a little more difficult.
Like I don't like playing with the arcade pad in like fighting games really. Like even they came out with that gnarly Street Fighter 4 gamepad and it's cool for novelty's sake and some people are really good with that. But I just always played consoles more than I played arcades, so but I don't know. That dude destroyed me.
I'm gonna go beat him now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna challenge him.
Yeah.
Arcades, man, they're coming back. I swear.
I hope so. If not, they will. I don't,
If not, they will.
I don't know. You got more games?
Yes.
What do you got?
I've been playing Star Fox Zero.
Oh, cool.
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 So we talked about it on the JB interview podcast, Party Town
Yes.
podcast 25.
25.
So I got my hands on it finally through the power of GameFly.
Which I didn't know was still a thing, but okay.
GameFly?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing.
You love it?
I love it.
You love it.
Yeah, right now I have Need for Speed and Transformers,
What?
Devastation, and they're both pretty good.
It's amazing.
But I wouldn't pay money for them,
Nah.
even though I am with GameFly.
I mean, GameFly isn't free, so.
Shut up.
Okay.
Anyway, so I got my hands on it.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Really?
Really?
Really, really?
Yeah.
good.
It's I don't know what people are saying about the controls. I get it. I get the controls,
So you do know what people are saying about the controls.
but I don't understand why people still don't like it.
So explain it a little bit. You have your TV, you have the gamepad.
Gamepad. So the big thing with it is a lot of things, a lot of battles you have to do
Yeah.
require you to be precise with your aiming.
Okay.
But the only way to do that is to view on the gamepad while you're holding it. On the screen is like a first-person perspective.
Okay.
So to like aim, you have to move the controller around to actually get the more precise shot. So so on the screen, on the TV screen is third person, and then on the gamepad is first person. And while you're looking at the first person screen, things are still going on the third person screen. So it's kind of tough to balance between the two.
Do you find yourself looking more at one? Sorry, I just tried to hold your hand.
Dude, do what you want to do.
You're in my space.
Dude, I'm into it.
Not really.
Yeah, so I find myself looking more at the first person screen, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, it's not that tedious to me. I've played other Wii U games, and they're the same thing. Sorry,
I so uncomfortable. Right.
Yeah, it was...
It sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's neat to do the motion controls. It probably is the next logical step for that game because a lot of it requires you, like, it just makes sense to me.
Right.
At first, I was kind of thrown off because the buttons, so instead of the triggers doing rolls, the triggers are shooting, and you use the right stick to do rolls and flips.
What?
So it's different because I just...
Do a barrel roll!
Do a barrel roll! That's the best Easter egg ever.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
Is that only on a certain level?
Yes, there's a secret level you can do where you play as Peppy. And you every time you do a barrel roll, he goes, "Do a barrel roll! Do a barrel roll!" And he saes that every time. You can sit there and do it for like 5 minutes and he'll do it endlessly.
Do a barrel roll!
Do a barrel roll!
So you're saying about the controls?
Yes, it's just they're not as bad. I got used to them. I didn't like them at first, and maybe that's what most people did. They like played it for a little bit, and they
could have been what you were hearing too, like
right, and that's probably a lot of it. Right. But the game itself was really cool. It felt just like a remake of N64, the Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
But it had bonus missions. It was definitely a little easier. Except for the final boss.
So you beat it?
Yeah. Yes, yeah. The final boss was tricky.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean that's what I expect. You know, it was wicked hard on N64, and it was just as hard.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, and he was creepy looking too, which is good.
True.
They made it.
Oh, on this one.
On both of them, yeah.
On this one.
Yes.
On the other one. On both of them. Mm-hmm. Today.
Yes.
Yesterday. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
But overall, it was a really good experience. The graphics were amazing. The gameplay was wicked solid. It was awesome. You know, you got to be a tank. You got to be, the little running.
I thought that was really cool. Yeah. I watched you play for like, I don't know.
Wasn't long.
20 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. But that was really cool how you can transform into this little like pterodactyl ship.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It just reminded me of like a little dinosaur.
Yeah, it's totally a dinosaur. Yeah, at any point in the game you can transform from your normal ship to this dinosaur looking thing. And so there are giant ships where you can run across and get like better shots of everything.
That was super cool when you were running on the ships because the wings kind of like come down and become legs, or I don't know exactly how it works. But
it's crazy.
I liked that mechanic. I thought that was pretty cool, and it definitely looked good. Like graphically, it looked really cool.
Yeah. Every place was like completely different. You go to a sand level. You go to an ice level. You go, space. Obviously, you go all over the place. Space.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. But overall, it was totally a great experience. And it has a lot of content. The campaign's really long.
How long?
I would say it took me about 10 hours to beat it, which is, surprisingly long. And that's not doing everything.
Whoa.
There were bonus missions and stuff.
You didn't 100% it?
I did not.
Bro.
I know. I did a lot of things.
Who are you? Well, Gamefly, how long do you have it?
That's the thing with Gamefly is I personally make myself feel rushed because I want to beat it like in a day so I can send it back and get the next game and get my money's worth.
Interesting.
But I have the 2-game plan where it's $22 a month.
Okay.
And you get, whatever games in your list. So I try to make it where I get 4 games a month.
Yeah.
Which
that's worth it.
I can do. I know I can do that.
Yeah.
But, so far I got Street Fighter V from it.
Okay.
Then I ended up buying it. And then I got Lego Marvel Avengers.
Yep.
And Star Fox. And then right now I got Need for Speed and Transformers.
Sweet. So how long do you have the games for when you get them? Just until you send them back?
Yeah. So you could get a game and keep it for 10 years if you wanted.
But that'll be the only one you get. Depending on your plan.
Depending on your plan, yeah. So, like, I don't get, multiplayer games that I know I'll be playing for a long time. Like, I wouldn't get Overwatch through it because, I just play that all the time. But it's really cool to get those games that, you don't want to spend the money on but still want to play.
Right, yeah, that's awesome.
And that's it.
I'm glad to hear that you liked it because I just like Nintendo.
Yeah, and Nintendo deserves everything. Oh my God, did you see that Zelda trailer?
Yes. Yeah, it looks unbelievable.
Breath of the Wild, I think.
Dude.
It looks like
looks so
Shadow of the Colossus.
It does, man. When it's, yeah. It's so exciting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was everything I wanted Zelda to be. And I mean, Zelda's already amazing, but it just made it 10 times better.
Dude, talking about catching up. I was thinking about it. I don't think I've ever beaten any Zelda games.
I don't remember us having them as kids.
Yeah. I never beat Wind Waker. I don't even know if I ever played it.
That was the first one I beat was Wind Waker.
Ocarina of Time. I definitely didn't play Twilight Princess, even though I really wanted to.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
They're all good, really. The only one I haven't beaten yet is Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
And Link to the Past.
And?
I
was just seeing if there was another one.
No, I beat the original 2, which were the hardest things ever.
Really? That's cool, though.
They were fun, but I don't know how people beat it without guides.
Dude.
Not that I needed a guide the whole time, but there's one, in the first game that you have to, blow up a certain wall at 92 degrees. And
yeah, it's a different time. It's a different time in gaming these days, man. I don't know how you really had to be, hardcore.
You had to play it for hours and hours and hours.
And days and forever.
And forever.
And years and months.
And people were willing to explore. Now I barely explore. I give 5 minutes to an area.
Yeah, because you have another game on deck.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
I think that's part of it too. Is so many games coming out. It's I gotta break through this so that I can play another game, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
but back then it was this game just came out. I don't know. I wonder how frequently new games came out back then.
I know that's a weird thing to think of. Zelda was pretty early on,
if
I remember. So that one's closer to the Atari type games because it is just kind of the open world.
And saving changed everything because back in Nintendo days, the original NES, it was just you play the game. You grew accustomed to starting from the beginning.
Right.
That was it. You try to get through the game from the beginning always.
Yeah.
So now that we're so used to saving, having to start from the beginning is we don't even checkpoints.
No.
Oh yeah. Playing Gears the other day, there were a couple times I died and it took me back a minute and a half before where I was, and I'm like, come on!
I already did this.
I don't have time. It's so ridiculous. So, but anyways, yeah, that's the new Zelda is going to be incredible. I can't wait to play that.
And you have a Wii U that you never touch.
I do. I know, it's true. I've been playing my Xbox One.
No, that's good.
More. So get off me, one thing at a time, Street Fighter 5. Tell me about Street Fighter 5. That's okay. Moving on. I don't even want to hear what that means.
It's just so disappointing.
I'm super thirsty right now. Oh, sweet. Thought it was empty.
Yeah.
Well, why is it disappointing?
Because they made a game that was incomplete. They said they finished it, but they didn't finish it.
I finished your water.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yes, the cup of destiny.
Excuse me. I burped.
Yeah. Yeah, they sent out a game that wasn't done, and that's the big issue. The story mode is so okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just that's it. I don't want to waste time talking about it. They do have a big update coming out, which will expand story mode and is doing a lot of new things to fix it.
So what do you mean it's incomplete? How does it how does
there's
it...
no meat to the game. It's
Super Meat Boy?
No, it's no Super Meat Boy.
There was a lot of meat to that game.
Yeah, there was a lot of meat.
So,
but there's no game modes. There's no arcade mode.
Which, okay, you told me that, and that blows my mind.
I've never played an arcade.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, I've never played a fighting game without an arcade mode.
What even is that?
Not a game.
Not a game.
I think Killer Instinct didn't have an arcade mode when it first came out. Had
the current one?
Yeah. I think it had a survival mode.
That's weird though. But wait, so is there a story mode
in Street Fighter? or Killer Instinct?
Both.
Killer Instinct got a story mode season 2.
So what was it before then? Just online versus?
Yeah, it was versus. You could do survival. There was training. There was like online versus. Like
okay.
And so there. I don't know. It felt meaty for some reason. Maybe because there's a lot of characters and just a lot.
Killer
of cool
Instinct.
Things. Yes.
Well, it's different. I mean, Street Fighter like to not have an arcade mode seems weird.
It is weird. It's and you do have the story mode, but it's 3 missions, 3 fights. With these little comic book page cutscenes in between.
Okay.
It is voice acted at least, but every time you start a fight, you start with full super meter and full whatever it's called EX meter.
Okay.
So you can do 3 blue or red fireballs if you're a Ryu.
Yeah.
3 Hadokens, 3 super Hadokens, and then use your super and you win the fight. Do that 3 times, you beat story.
Why do you only fight 3 people?
I don't know. It's I think Ryu's was a little longer. I think you get an extra fight in his, but other people's are shorter. They're just all over the place. But yeah, and they're not characters the how he gets to these characters is really stupid.
Right.
He initially fights. I don't even know this new character's name, but he looks like a military guy, and so he shows up and he's like, "I heard you're the best, so I want to fight you." And Ryu's like, "Okay." And so they fight. And then he's like, "Thanks for fighting." And Ryu's like, "Okay." And then you get to the next fight, and it's just another guy who's like, "I heard you're great. Let's fight." And Ryu's like, "Okay." And then that's the story. There is no story there. It's just Ryu teleporting to 3 places, fighting 3 people, with no ending, with no anything.
So do you think they just had more online gameplay in mind?
I think so, but make some stuff for the single player.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. I mean,
especially
I totally agree.
because it's Street Fighter 5. It's not like Street Fighter whatever Alpha. It's not just
right. It's not like an extra title.
It's the next in the series.
No, that's a good point because 4 was a huge deal.
Huge deal.
And then, 4 came out 8 times, but
yeah, 4 had ridiculous amounts.
That's really weird, man. That seems like a strange misstep.
Yeah, I feel like they were just rushed with the game. It's a PlayStation exclusive, so maybe they wanted them to have the game out fast so they could be like, "Look at this exclusive we have, Street Fighter 5. It's so new." And that's it.
It's so new. Look here.
Shiny. The other thing is the lack of characters. I think in total it has 10 right now.
What?
And that's 2 new characters they added, Guile and...
Charlie,
yes. Yeah, they've added those for free, which is nice. All the characters will be free.
It's the least they could do. So what, you had 8 characters
I think
before
so,
that?
when you initially started.
Dude, that doesn't make any sense to me. What were they thinking?
And it's... Oh, yeah, you drank it all. I was upset. But yeah, like I said, I think they released a game that was just not finished.
Because then... Yeah, dude. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you have training mode. You have a survival mode. I don't even think story mode was there when it first came out. I can't say for sure because I've heard so many complaints about it. I don't know if they released an update. Anyways, and then multiplayer. You don't even have you can't fight a computer by yourself. You know how you could do that where you can fight a high level computer. Yeah. You can't do that. You have to have another controller.
And then it seems granted, people online typically choose between 4 to 5 different characters anyways, but it almost takes away from the online play as if there's only 8 characters to choose from.
Yep.
I don't know.
And you can't choose your character when you play multiplayer. You choose it in the main menu, you pick your favorite character, and you are stuck playing that character every time you play online. You can change it in the
But you have to go back to the main menu?
Right. You have to go to the main menu, you have to click on your profile, find the character, click them, and then...
What?
There's no menu to pick your character.
Dude, this sounds like a mess.
It's a mess. It's so upsetting that it's just not good right now.
That's strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I realized playing, I've only seen the player select menu twice. And that's once during training, I think.
Okay.
And the other time was, I don't even remember the other time. Because survival, it's just all the characters lined up and you pick what character you want to play as. Story mode, lined up, you pick what character. But it's not a character select screen.
Right.
It's just the characters. And then, you just can't. It's weird that I just haven't seen it that much in the game. But it's cool, seeing all the characters lined up. But like I said, you don't see it at all.
How's it look graphically?
It looks nice. It looks Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
You know, PS4 makes a lot of games look nice, but it has a very similar art style to 4. You know, with like the paint strokes. How that looks, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nothing like too standout ish. Like compared to 3 to 4, it's not like
right. 4 was like a total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally new thing.
And gameplay's pretty solid. Everyone's got a new set of moves. Ken plays really nice.
Really?
He can string together combos really nice because everyone gets their new special like YB move.
Okay.
So like Ryu, he does a deflect. So if anybody does anything towards him, he's got a deflect. Ken has a run, so you can like punch people and push them away, and then run and uppercut them, and then keep them in the air and juggle them. So that's kind of cool. But as of right now, I'm just waiting for the June update, which. It's June, so it'll be here. But that will expand story mode. That'll add some new features they were talking about. I don't remember any of them.
That's weird. I wonder what the thought process was there. Like, if they had just held out to release more stuff later, or
that seems to be what it is. Because
that's weird.
From the beginning, they said every character is going to be free, just a free update. So like, I think they knew from the beginning they would be working on this.
So
for a
why
while.
make people wait?
I don't know. They probably, like I said, either Sony or Capcom or whoever wanted to get the game out really fast.
Well, that's strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
I can't wait.
That's going to be so good.
I know.
All right. Do you have anything else in games?
Ooh, I don't think so, man. Not yet. I probably will soon because I keep playing them.
Yep, keep playing them.
Yeah. I've got, where else do you need to go?
Nowhere else. Here.
Then I've got music.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so a brand new EP just came out by a band called Joy, put out by Blood and Ink Records. They're from North Carolina, and they're not even a year old.
Oh,
the
I was
band.
wearing a North Carolina shirt last podcast.
Oh, well,
Whatever.
plan better next time.
I'm sorry.
So the EP just came out, I guess, is according to the Blood and Ink website. They're not even a year old. They toured in 2015 and put out a 2-song demo, and their EP just came out on the label. It was just released, and I actually pre-ordered it like a month and a half ago, and so I should have a T-shirt coming soon. I'm excited. And a physical copy of the CD.
Oh, cool.
But because I pre-ordered, I got a download code for the EP entitled Of Nothing. I had you listen to it earlier.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I just don't understand that type of music.
Right. How would you describe it?
Screamy metal, trash can bashing, angsty teenager crying. I don't know.
You're a racist.
I'm dying now. It's just, to me, none of that sounds like good, I guess. Like, it sounds like just a lot of, I imagine just a bunch of kids like smashing things together. And not to be like offensive to it. I think, people, I feel like an old guy, like, you dirty kids.
You sound like an old guy, but it's not just you. That's just how people
I don't know.
sound when they don't listen to it.
People like it, and that's fine. You like what you like. You want to eat babies, eat babies. I know that's upsetting, but
I also don't know if I agree with that logic fully.
Whatever makes you happy.
See, that's where that falls apart.
That's bad logic
when
right
you
there.
start eating babies.
If it makes them happy, Brett, they should be able to. Anyways,
it's freaking me out.
Yeah, I don't know what I was supposed to get from that.
It's so good. So the EP is called Of Nothing, and the band is called Joy. They are an extremely heavy and fast hardcore band. I love them so much.
Really?
It's so...
What is it about them that's so like...
Well, okay, so my history with heavy music is that I wasn't allowed to listen to it for a while. I don't, whatever, you can ask Mom why. But she didn't like it. And I was listening to a Metallica tape, a cassette tape in my bedroom. And she was like, "What is this crap?" And then she sat me down that night and told me I wasn't allowed to listen to heavy music, quote unquote. So then a few years go by, and the the restriction was lifted a little bit. It wasn't there wasn't as much attention being paid to what I was listening to. So probably 8th grade. It was 1999 for sure, and I got Slipknot's self-titled album. And dude, I was a new man.
You were just like, this is what I've been waiting for.
It was just so heavy and dark and horrifying and awesome. And I guess it's the aggression and.
So did it like relate to you somehow? Like
I don't know, because it's not like I was a super angry kid or like. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was just the sound of it, was so enticing to me. It's just so heavy and loud, and like, there's something about it that like is just I don't know what the word is, but like now that I understand the genre, which I mean I have been playing it for years at this point, but like. It just is so good. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a release but like I said, I wasn't like particularly angry or anything. It's just like certain grooves in like heavy guitars and like just it's driving and when it's fast and like.
I get it for sure. It's just like the things that happen in that specific genre are just like, you just get goosebumps. You're like, this is what I want to hear.
I love it so much.
I'm completely different. I like, acoustic, female voices. And that's what I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. But
right. And I get that too. Like we talked before about that duo Cricket Blue and like similar feelings, but on a different level. And with different emotional response. Like something that can be really soothing and calming and like, just kind of beautiful and like entrancing, and it's like, oh, it's so nice. And then when I hear something like Joy, I'm like, oh, like yes, like it's just I don't know. They're just so.
That's awesome though. I'm glad you get like such a thrill from hearing it.
It's just so exciting. It's funny because like I've never like even still I've been to a lot of shows that are pretty violent, but I'm not like the violent type. Like I never really got into a lot of fights or anything, but I just love hardcore and I love the scene and like I don't know there are aspects of it I don't love, but if you like hardcore, it's got like it's more of a as described on the Blood and Ink page, it's the darker side of hardcore, very fast, very aggressive, more old school hardcore than anything. But I wanted to make you listen to it because I was just curious how you would even like. I didn't. As soon as I put it on, then you did pretty much what I expected. Yeah. You were like, "Oh, great."
It's a crazy thing to me. How do you understand what they're saying?
I don't know.
Do you read lyrics at the same time?
I haven't read their lyrics yet, but that's the thing I used to do that I don't get to do as often is like I would buy a record and I would sit down, put it in, and I would just listen and read through the liner notes. And that's how I got to know lyrics. Nowadays, it's more so like if I'm driving or if I download something, like I don't have the lyrics. So, but I try to buy CDs still because I just like physical copies. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it's maybe having an accustomed ear. Like I like at this point, like I know a lot of people are just like, oh, it's just screaming or whatever. But when your ear, like when you listen to it for long enough, like I have there are certain types of vocalists that like I like their scream better. Like this, I don't know. It's a thing that it's like its own category of singing now at this point. So I don't know. But anyways, Joy is incredible. If you like heavy music, listen to Joy. The EP is Of Nothing. It's 5 tracks and it's like 11 minutes long. But it's great. There's one song on there, I think it's 49 seconds, and it's just very thrashy.
I probably didn't even notice. Like it felt like one continuous song.
Yeah, the EP definitely like kind of just flows. Each song kind of bleeds into each other. But that is great, and I'm stoked about it because I've been listening to heavy music for so long, it's almost hard to get the feeling that I get because I feel like I've heard everything. So like every now and then a band will come out and Joy just like does what they do really, really well. So I'm just so stoked on it. Another band that I want to talk about. Again, we've already talked about 21 Pilots. I just showed you earlier, and this came out last week. song called Heathens.
Okay.
Okay. They put out a new song. It's going to be on the Suicide Squad soundtrack. And they did a video for it. I showed you the video. What did you think of the video and the song?
I thought it was cool. I think music is somehow much better when there's a music video attached to it. Like, I like the visual aspect of it and seeing, them go through this, whatever story they set up.
Well, you're a film guy, too.
Right. So that's probably why I like it more. So, yeah, I thought the song was pretty good. I don't even remember the chorus right now, but...
Why were you going to sing it?
No, I was just going to say it was catchy, but I can't say if it's catchy if I don't remember.
Something about all my friends, something.
Like, I remember it being catchy, but I don't remember why it was catchy.
Super catchy. And, I mean, I love 21 Pilots, and I was talking to someone... And they were like, I don't know if it's like cool to like 21 Pilots or not because they're so popular. And like, I just don't care. They're so good. And
I like whatever I want to like.
Yeah, exactly. And I encourage that in others.
Especially you.
Especially
Steve.
you. You always call out Steve.
Freaking Steve.
Leave him alone, dude. Steve from Blue's Clues?
He's dead.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Don't say stuff
He's
like
bald,
that.
though.
That might be true. Yeah. Anyways.
Remember when he left us?
Yeah, dude, he had to go to college.
And then he friggin' just gave us to his brother.
Joe. Yeah.
Joe's a creep.
He was okay.
He's creepy.
He's not a creep.
He ate pepper.
Dude, he's in a neighborhood where, like, everyone loved his brother more than him.
And that's why he was creepy.
Yeah, it's the story of my life, Tim. I don't know.
Ladies. I wish we lived in that kind of world. No, it's fine.
Well, I don't... What? I don't know. I don't know what just happened here. So anyways, it's a really cool video. It's one of those videos that's, directly attached to the film. So the music video has clips from Suicide Squad, and I'm so stoked about this movie, dude. I'm really, really excited to see it at this point. And because I'm so into 21 Pilots right now, and their writing style is super eclectic, and I think they fit this atmosphere, like the atmosphere of the movie, really well. And I like, there are a couple different ways that I've seen like songs written directly for a film portrayed in a video, and one of them is just showing clips of the movie, and the other one is putting the artist in a situation that looks related to the film, and that's what they did with this one.
Yeah.
Where they're in a prison, they show them like changing clothes and being in like prison. What are they called? Like jumpsuits, like the prison jumpsuits, and the whole aesthetic of the music video fits the aesthetic of the film, and it's a really cool video too.
Yeah.
Like at one point, I like when they like change clothes at one point, like in the middle of.
Yeah, that was neat. How just the whole jumpsuit gets like ripped off. And he's wearing it under it.
Yeah, and he's got this gnarly suit coat.
Yeah, he picks up the suit coat.
Does he?
I think it's hanging.
I forget.
I think
his base is hanging, but maybe he picks up the suit coat too.
Yeah, you're right. The base was hanging. He was wearing it.
It's a cool video.
It is a cool video.
So the song's called Heathens, 21 Pilots. Yeah, I guess that's it's episode 28. You're going to have an awkward...
I know, it's just going to be like a hey. The camera died.
The camera died, yeah. But yeah, so if you're into music of the heavy variety, please go listen to Joy's new EP of Nothing. And if you're into music of any variety, go listen to Heathens by 21 Pilots.
And if you want to listen to good music, look up this Sonic track.
I'm so mad at you. One last thing, I'm actually really curious to see what the rest of the Suicide Squad soundtrack is going to look like.
Yeah,
sound like.
We had the that super famous one that I can't think of that's been in all the trailers.
The Queen song?
Yes, yeah. That one.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Would you think that would be on it?
That's a good question. I don't know. That could have just been for the trailer. Oh man, I loved that trailer.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I hope this movie doesn't suck.
It won't.
I keep forgetting that Will Smith's in it.
I love Will Smith.
I do too, but it's weird, you know?
It is. He hasn't been in anything in a while.
And he's a supporting character in this. I think that's what's weird because we're getting more like ensemble type films.
So are they all supporting characters, or do you think there's a main character?
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but...
I would think he would be the mainest of the characters.
But just because it's Will Smith, Deadshot's not going to be...
He's generally the leader of Suicide Squad.
Really?
He's one that takes the front. Sometimes it's the other guy, Boomerang.
Okay.
They butt heads. From what I've learned from various like animated movies and comics and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe he will be, but that's a good question. Like, who is the lead in Civil War? Cap?
It is called Captain America.
I know, but there's been like... it's an Avengers movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing something of who had the most lines of dialogue in the movie.
Oh, interesting.
And it was, I can't think of anybody now, but like Spider-Man had the most. He had like 60 lines because he had it was
really?
It was Captain America, Iron Man, then Spider-Man because he had like...
He had that whole introductory scene with Tony Stark.
Yes. So, it was... Everyone was just so surprised, but totally fitting for Spider-Man to have a lot of lines.
Right, of course, because he can't shut up. Yeah.
But, so I would say maybe it would probably be split between Cap and Iron Man.
Yeah. And then I guess everyone else is supporting.
Mm-hmm.
But, like Will Smith, I was watching the video, and he shows up in the video quite a few times, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's weird that Will Smith's in this. Because, like, a lot of Will Smith's movies are, like... starring Will Smith.
Right.
This is like Suicide Squad.
Right. It's not starring anybody.
Yeah, and it's more about, I guess it's more about the characters. That's another thing is he's always playing a character, I guess. But he, you know what I mean? I
get it.
I don't know. It's
I wonder if he's going to be like Will Smithy at all, or if he's going to be...
That was the concern when he was first revealed to be in it, is people were just like Will Smith as Will Smith. But, let's go save the world.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
But what if Will Smith was Batman?
That'd be weird.
I know. That'd be so weird.
I can just imagine him like trying to scare people and be like, Uncle Phil!
Oh.
He's alive in our hearts. Why do we talk about dead people so much?
Dude, you bring up death every episode.
It's a part of life, Brett.
You wish death upon my family at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
You're the worst. Does that include you, or are you talking about
family.
my little
I
unit?
Basically just wished death upon my family.
Did you? Mm-hmm. It's getting so dark.
No, Brett, it's actually pretty bright in here.
Shut up, dad jokes. Stop with the licking and the noises.
I heard dad jokes are also called uncle jokes.
That makes sense.
But our uncle doesn't have... He's got really good jokes.
I guess sometimes. I mean, it makes sense for you. You're an uncle. So maybe that's why you're making all these dad jokes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got uncle jokes everywhere.
Yeah, well, I got uncle jokes for days, kid.
La la, oopsie.
Oh, my gosh. All right, we're done here.
Yep.
Episode 28 out. We will see you guys on the next episode. Check out our Patreon page. Mm-hmm. Check out all our social media outlets where we would like to interact with you. And I don't know, send us some feedback so we can talk more to and about you.
To and about. What about under and through?
I don't want to talk under anyone or through anyone.
I would talk. It's like going to grandma's house. Bring the basket, you fill it with eggs, and then you're like, hey, grandma, have some eggs.
You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
That's smart. See? So keep one in your hand, because then when you realize grandma's the wolf, you're like, quick flash, and then grandma will have egg on her face, and you'll be like, boom, wolf, I can't.
Is she a wolf at this point?
She's a wolf.
He's throwing egg at your grandmother's face?
Because she was trying to eat you. Well, she wanted the eggs first, but then she was like, I'm going to eat you too. And you're like, no, brah.
No, brah.
No, brah. Like brah, like bro, but you're like brah. So then you throw the egg at her face, and she's like, ah. And then she ends up being a witch and melts because the liquid inside the egg got to her heart.
You see that clip of the old woman she's not really old, but that woman getting hit in the face with a basketball?
No, but that sounds amazing.
It's really funny. And I think she's okay. Don't worry.
I didn't care.
See you guys next time.
I care about you, old lady. Make sure to throw eggs at your grandma. See if she's a wolf. Baby.